Thank you, Senator Heitkamp, for your leadership on this issue. I want to thank the presiding officer for his contributions to these conversations that allowed us to reach what has really been an incredible example of a bipartisan, balanced energy package, something we haven't seen for quite a while. And I just want to recognize the many, many, many hours that Senator Heitkamp spent in meetings of every complexion under the sun, from educating our colleagues who don't have oil and gas producing basins like we do, on the intricacies of what does this mean for price pressures, what does this mean for consumers, are the things that you intuitively might think actually not what you would see in the actual marketplace. Meeting after meeting with renewable energy associations in the solar field, in the wind field, and with colleagues on both sides of the aisle. People like the presiding officer, people like our Energy Committee chairperson, Senator Murkowski of Alaska. I want to thank you for all of that work, and it's really been a pleasure to work with you in this effort. This is a very, very big step for New Mexico, and obviously at any time when oil is trading under $50 a barrel in a state where we have two big basins, the Permian Basin in the southeast and the San Juan Basin in the northwest, not to mention production in the Raton Basin that's coming on. It's a very big hit, not only to our job situation and to the families that rely on those jobs, but also to our public schools in the state of New Mexico. And this opportunity to relax the oil export ban means something concrete for that industry and for those jobs in New Mexico. And it also means something very concrete for the future of jobs in New Mexico as well. The incremental work here on the renewables side is one of the single biggest pieces of policy on clean energy that I have seen in my adult lifetime. We are looking at two markets that have grown rapidly, that have produced, in solar's case, 200,000 jobs in the last few years, that would have taken an enormous hit if we would have allowed those incentives to go away. As a result of this package, we're going to see likely another 140,000 jobs in solar alone. Just the incremental impact on the carbon front. The extension will offset 100 million metric tons of carbon dioxide annually. That's like 26 coal-fired power plants. So these things impact small businesses across my state as well as across the country. But you look at a small state like New Mexico, 2 million people. We have close to 100 solar companies employing 1,600 people in these new fields, and it's growing rapidly. We've seen 358 megawatts of solar energy installed. We have 812 megawatts of wind energy currently installed, and another 300 in the pipeline right now, with another 500 to 1,000 jobs associated with that in 2014 alone. So this is the single biggest piece of predictability within renewable energy that we've seen in a very long time, and we've learned the reality that 1 + 1 + 1 does not equal 3. When you add a tax incentive 1 year and then you take it away and then you add it back, the sum of those is not as nearly as robust as when you have predictability over a period of time. That's what this does for our energy industries across the board. And I want to thank you for all of your work on it. I want to ask you a question in particular. This agreement obviously didn't happen overnight. I know we've been meeting for well over a year on this, and you've been thinking about it even longer than that. Can you talk a little bit about why, Senator Heitkamp, you're so passionate about this issue, and what specifically does it mean for the people of North Dakota?